Own Abbas Hussain here from FightHype.com. I'm here with promoter, managing director, and now podcaster Eddie Hearn. Talk to me about that podcast that you've got going on.
It's proving to be a pain in the arse because I've realised you've got to do one every week, you know what I mean? So we've done KSI, Wayne Rooney, Sadiq Khan, which didn't go down very well. Poor Sadiq Khan. I'm enjoying it. It's tough because I spend my life answering questions.
Yeah.
And now I'm sitting down with these guys answering them. But again, I'm sitting down with some very interesting people. And Katie Taylor as well I did. So we went to number one with KSI, number one with Wayne Rooney. I went top 15 with Katie Taylor, and about 80th with Sadiq Khan. So we'll stay away from politicians from now. Got some interesting guests lined up.
Let's talk about why we're here. Conor Benn's obviously headlining first time on the Next Gen card on Friday night. But I want to talk about Richards versus Sterling. Yeah. There's a lot of beef in there. And one thing I've got to say about Craig Richards, he's really impressed. You know, the last couple of weeks since he lost to Frank Buglioni, even though he came in at short notice, he's really impressed. Do you feel like Craig can be that star for you?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's in a very tough division where he's probably got to fight Joshua Buatsi once he wins this, who I think is one of the top fighters in the world right now. I think with Craig, it's interesting how careers can go because he wasn't really one of our top guys. And then the opportunity came up to fight Frank Buglioni. Callum Johnson pulled out, and it was literally like 7 days notice, and he boxed in Belfast that Saturday. And I sat down with him in the bar after, and I offered him a load of money, and I said to him, "You've got to understand, I'm not sure where you're going. I'm just going to be completely honest with you now. You're a good undefeated young fighter, but we have got 30 fighters beyond you at the moment in terms of importance. No disrespect, right? So by taking a chance like this, if you win, you've cracked it. But if you even acquit yourself well, it's going to do wonders for your stock." He jumped in, he took the fight, he went 12 rounds, performed well. And from there, it was like, okay, you've been in a high-profile fight, let's go. He moved up to 175, which I think was a great decision for him. He's got much stronger. He had a good fight with Jake Paul. There was a bit of beef in the build-up. Everyone was talking about that fight. He performed really well. I think knocked him out in 3 rounds. Now he fights in another fight where there's a lot of beef in again. And I expect him to win this fight. I think there's a lot of local pride. I love these next-gen matchups where it's like good domestic fights, where people are really coming to win. Small hall atmosphere, like sold out, bear pit. You're putting these guys under pressure. Do you know what I mean? And that's what we've had a little bit of stick lately. It's like you can't really win because people say, "Oh, Matchroom give their fighters soft touches," and then they get beat and they go, "Matchroom are slinging him in the deep end." But to be quite honest and to be ruthless, I want to know how good these kids are. So when we talk about Jordan Gill, and I know he was ill and all that kind of stuff, but everyone's talking about him world level this. So let's find out. Do you know what I mean? Ted Cheeseman talking about big domestic fights with Scott Fitzgerald. So let's see how he reacts from that Sergio Garcia defeat. If he can't beat Kieran Conway, he ain't beating Scott Fitzgerald. If he beats Kieran Conway in style, then all of a sudden you've got a big fight with Scott Fitzgerald, right? Conor Benn has zero experience, right? He's the one that worries me the most because he's getting put in this environment.
It's a big gamble, actually.
And this is a really tough fight. Really, really tough. Like a year ago, I wouldn't have gone near this guy. I just feel that he's improved enough and he's matured enough, apart from his comments on the stage where he's saying, "I just want to go crazy again and light up your core." I'm like, no, don't do that. But do you understand what I'm saying? Let's find out where they're at. A defeat isn't the end of the world. It's not ideal, ever. And it's certainly not acceptable to lose. But if you lose and learn and come back, like, I need to know where these guys are. And this year we've seen Ted Cheeseman lose. We've seen Fowler lose, although it was to Fitzgerald. We saw Jordan Gill lose. It's okay. Sometimes the pub, you lost your shit. Well, don't worry about those people. Worry about yourself. And if you lose, you bounce back, you learn and you come again. But it just means you're not ready for the next level. There's no shame in that. You stay at that level, you improve, you go again, and then you see if you're ready for that level again. This is where we're going to see if Conor Benn is ready to go and fight for British titles, Commonwealth titles, European titles. Because if he can beat this kid, he's ready for a British title shot, in my opinion. But it's very difficult with Conor because he's so inexperienced. And when you get into York Hall, it's a small ring, there's a bear pit atmosphere. It's hard not to lose your shit, especially when you've got balls like he's got, and you got the hereditary problem of being Nigel Benn's son. You know, so this is a big fight for him.
Well, I was going to talk about the other two fights, but you sort of spoke about it. But anyway, I want to move away from this and talk about some comments from Dana White. He spoke to Yahoo Sports' Kevin Ioli the other day. He did an interview and he talked about entering into boxing. He said he spoke to other promoters. He goes, name the promoters I've spoken to him. Has he spoken to you?
Yeah, we had a good meeting. I mean, Dana White's been saying that for a long time. Dana White would get very frustrated because Dana White's got the beauty of saying, you are fighting him. Good luck, bye. I'm going to have a cup of coffee. Boxing don't have that benefit because of the political positions of broadcasters and promoters, and it's very frustrating at times. It's all very well Dana White coming out in an interview and saying, no, what should have happened was he should have fought him. That's what I'd do. Don't work like that, you know. So Dana White is extremely clever. I met him. I thought he was a really genuine guy. You know, took his time to talk to me. We went and looked around the UFC facilities. It's just not going to be as plain sailing as, what are you guys doing? People, this boxing game ain't just evolved overnight. This is how it's been for years and years and years. So, I keep saying to people, you know, Confucius said that life can be so simple, but we choose to make it complicated. And that's what I'm talking about with your mindset about boxing. But, I mean, I don't see why it's so difficult. I mean, well, it's very straightforward. My job is to keep my best talent on the Zone and on Sky Sports. Bob Arum's his job is to keep all his best talent on ESPN. Al Heyman's best. That's why Al Heyman wouldn't let Wilder fight Joshua, because he couldn't afford to take him off the platform that he was aligned to. Right? It's not that these people are Dr. Evil, or it's just business. Right? These are my fighters. They box on this platform. These are my fighters. Every now and again, one will get made because there's money to be made for everybody. But it's not. This is nothing new. You know, all we're talking about is this fight can't get made. We've been talking about this.
He's saying that look, he's going to enter purse bids. He's going to try gain a bid. He's going to try signing fights. I think
They don't allow it to go to purse bids. You know, this is. You know, even you talk about like Lomachenko and Krolla. Like, it's like you either take this deal or we don't go to purse bids. Sometimes you do, but we've seen over the last few months people get talked out of life-changing deals because it didn't suit a particular promoter or advisor, and they're good enough to talk you out of it. Do you know what I mean? So it'd be very easy to say we can't go in this purse bid, right? So we're going to go elsewhere. Vacate the belt, no problem. It's happened loads of times. So he's a little bit naive in that respect if he thinks that, you know, you just enter purse bids and stuff like that. I've said before a million times, Dana White in boxing is brilliant for boxing. He has been talking about it for 5 years. So hopefully he hurries up, because I like the guy. I think he's an excellent promoter, and I think he'd be an asset to the sport of boxing.